Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. What is that for today's video? I haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm like super excited. But it's actually kind of a bummer of a topic, and this happened, like I observed this, this happened a little while ago at this point, probably a month or so ago. But it's been on my mind, and I'm like, you know what? I have a list of topics for these videos, and I'm like, no, I'm going to do that one that, like, in real time, I'm like, I hate that this is happening, or that this happened, and definitely going to use my little bit of a spotlight to shine some light on this. As you can see from the title of the video, you know, I don't swear on this channel, so I will edit it. Don't be an a-hole. Like, I don't understand it. So, it was during Fiden's anniversary, where they were doing like a bunch of collab releases. They also released some other stuff that wasn't a collabs that was super tasty, but people were going nuts for these collabs. And they were releasing like a little bit each day. So after work, I'd stop down, try to get some. Great. And the one day I got there, and I get up to where you order, and then you pay for it, and then you go and then pick it up in a different spot. So I get there, and the bartender's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, like we ran out." And I'm like, "Oh, that's all good, just beer, no big deal. Let me see, I'll order something on draft." And he was like blown away. And he said, he goes, "That's the chillest response I've had so far, telling people that we were out of the beer. Like, you couldn't buy cans of it." And that made me really angry. Like, and here's why. Rewind into my own history. When I was in high school, first I spent a summer cleaning dorm rooms at Binghamton University, just as a summer job. I was 15. School year. And then the next summer, I was able to paint dorm rooms, which was nice. It was more money, so I did that as a summer job. And then I'm like, you know, I kind of want a job throughout the school year. So I ended up working at a local grocery store. And that store was upset that Pepsi was charging a lower fee to other grocery stores that were larger. So that, you know, margin was less for us. Either we had to charge more or charge the same as those competitors, but then they were making more money because Pepsi was charging them less for the initial product. And the people who own the store, fair enough, you know, they get to make these decisions, or they said, "Pepsi, we're not going to carry any of your products until you give us the same deal." As a cashier, the number of people who screamed at me, a high school kid making minimum wage who did not make that decision at all, was astronomical. I could not believe it. Now, luckily, I did not have to have a high school job. I wasn't contributing to my parents' houses or anything. My parents are divorced, so my parents' houses, it was all just money for me to buy a car. Once I had a car, put gas in it, go out with my buddies, and just be able to do all the things we wanted to be able to do and have money to be able to do. So I didn't need the job. I wanted the job, but I could get another job. So I finally just started telling people, because I didn't care if I got fired. I'm just like, do you think a high schooler who makes minimum wage made that decision? That's who you're yelling at right now. And I just kept calling people out, because again, I didn't need that job, so it was easy to do that, you know? But like, it really left a lasting impression on me. Anytime I deal with anyone, whether they are, you know, customer facing typically or not, I'm nice. And you know what? If I don't get my way, I'm still nice to them, because I understood from that moment in high school, I didn't make the problem that these people were mad about, but here I am being yelled at. That bartender had nothing to do with quantity of beer produced, quantities that people could buy, the number of people who came in, the number of people who took a half day so they could come in right at open, and none of that stuff. That person had nothing to do with anything, and people literally went in there and screamed at him. That's not cool. That's not cool. Do not be that person, right? All right, so typically in these videos, I try to foster a conversation in the comment section below. So, have you seen something like that? Do you want to be super honest? Have you ever been someone like that? Again, it's just beer, right? So why would we get that hot-tempered about it? Any life experience like me where you're like, no, I was customer facing. I know how customers can be, so I'm always really nice to customers. Brag about yourself a little bit. But that's my take on it. That's why I felt that way in that moment. That's why I felt bad for that guy. He had nothing to do with anything, and people were literally screaming at him. Do better, world, right? Kind of a thing. So do you have any story that relates at all to that? Comment section below. Let's get those conversations going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.